Greetings children. Today we'll be talking about Chapter 1 Introduction to Accounting. The contents covered in this video are History of Accounting, Bookkeeping, Accounting, Accountancy, Relationship between Bookkeeping, Accounting and Accountancy. Now before we start learning about the various contents, I would like to put a question in front of you. That is, why do we study accounting? Why CBSE has included this subject in our curriculum, and why do we need to study the various chapters in accounting? With the fast-changing economic scenario, accounting as a source of financial information has carved out a place for itself at the senior secondary stage. Its syllabus content provides students a firm foundation in basic accounting concepts and methodology, and also acquaint them with the changes taking place in the preparation and presentation of financial statements in accordance to the applicable accounting standards and the Companies Act 2013. The emphasis in Class 11 is placed on basic concepts and processes of accounting, leading to the preparation of accounts for a sole proprietorship firm. The students are also familiarized with the basic calculations of GST in recording business transactions. So basically, the objectives of study is to familiarize and acquaint the students with the basic concepts and standards, and to develop in them the skill of recording the business transactions and preparation of financial statements. Moving on, let's talk about the history of accounting. Accounting is a very old concept. Its inception was during the age of human agriculture and civilization. Luca Pacioli, 1445 to 1517, is credited for the birth of accounting. What is accounting? Accounting is the process of identification, recording, communication, analyzing, and interpreting the information to be passed on to the users. The various economic transactions, those which are financial in nature, are identified. They are then recorded, classified, and then summarized. And finally, the information is passed on to the various users for their benefit. The accounting process includes bookkeeping function. Let's talk about bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is the primary and basic function in the process of accounting, and it is concerned with recording and maintenance of books of accounts only. Bookkeeping is an art of recording in the books of accounts the monetary aspect of commercial and financial transactions. Bookkeeping involves the identification of the transactions from the various business transactions which have financial character. Now, identification means that only those business transactions which are or which can be expressed in monetary terms should be identified and then should be recorded in the books of accounts. The transactions which do not have a bearing on the business should not be recorded in the books of accounts. Bookkeeping also involves measurement. Measurement of those transactions which can be expressed in terms of money. So bookkeeping firstly involves identification of the business transactions, that is, only those transactions which have an impact on business must be recorded. Simultaneously, those transactions should be measurable. They should be or they can be expressed in monetary terms. Bookkeeping involves recording of those transactions which have been identified and which can be measured in monetary terms. It also involves classification of the transactions, keeping in view the respective ledger accounts. So in order to simplify our transactions, the identified and measured transactions are recorded in the books of accounts and are further classified on certain basis. So bookkeeping involves identification, measurement, recording, and classification. Now, what is accounting? Accounting is the secondary function and it starts where bookkeeping ends. It shows the profit earned or loss incurred during the accounting period, the value and nature of assets, liabilities, and owner's equity, that is, the capital. Therefore, accounting is a systematic process of identifying, measuring, recording, classifying, summarizing, interpreting, and communicating the financial information to the users. It gives information on the resources available, how the available resources have been employed in the business, and the results achieved by their use. Accounting involves summarization of the classified transactions in the shape of final accounts. Now, if you notice, bookkeeping ended on classifying. That is, bookkeeping involved identification, measurement, recording, and classifying. So, where bookkeeping ends, accounting starts. So, accounting, the further step involved in accounting are summarization of those classified transactions which have been classified at the stage of bookkeeping, analysis and interpretation of the results disclosed by final accounts, and drawing meaningful conclusions. Analysis and interpretation means that whatever information we have classified and summarized would help us in knowing about the financial position and the net profit or loss of the business. So analysis and interpretation means that the financial position of the business is ascertained and it is analyzed. Communicating means that the required information is passed on to all the concerned parties. Now, which can be the concerned parties? The concerned parties can be the business, the management, the employees, the government, the tax authorities, the investors, the creditors, and the people who are giving loan to the business, and so on. Let's have a look at the definition of accounting. Accounting is the art of recording, classifying, and summarizing in a significant manner. Now, I would like to draw your attention that recording and classifying is a part of bookkeeping, and bookkeeping is included in accounting. So, accounting involves bookkeeping. Therefore, it is the art of recording, classifying, and summarizing in a significant manner and in terms of money. Significant manner means that only transactions which are related to the business are recorded, and in terms of money means that the transactions should be measurable. They should be expressed in monetary terms. And events which are in part at least of financial character, and interpreting the results thereof. Interpreting the results means that whatever transactions have been identified, measured, recorded, classified, and summarized, they should give us an idea about the operations of the business. They should tell us about the profit or loss made by the business, and they should also tell us about the financial position of the business in terms of the various assets owned and the various liabilities. So this is the definition which has been given by American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. Now let's talk about accountancy. Now you must be wondering that accounting and accountancy, this seem to be the same, but they are different. Accounting is a process, it is an art, whereas accountancy is a study of systematic knowledge and contains those rules, regulations, procedures, principles, concepts, conventions, and techniques which are to be applied in the process of accounting. So, accounting is a process of identifying, measuring, recording, classifying, summarizing, interpreting and analyzing and communicating, and this process is carried on by following the rules, regulations, etc. provided by accountancy, which is a study of systematic knowledge. Let's have a look at the relationship between bookkeeping, accounting, and accountancy. As I've already told you, bookkeeping is a part of accounting and accounting is a part of accountancy. So accountancy is the subject matter. It is the knowledge base through which accounting is done, and accounting is done by doing bookkeeping. So if I repeat the definition, bookkeeping involves identifying, measuring, recording, classifying, which is also included in accounting, in addition to summarizing, interpreting, and analyzing. And all these bookkeeping and accounting is done through the rules and the procedures and the regulations which are given by the subject matter, that is accountancy. Let's have a look at the difference between bookkeeping and accounting. This is a very important topic and generally comes in a 3-mark or a 4-mark question. The first basis is scope. Bookkeeping involves, as I've told n number of times, that bookkeeping involves identifying, measuring, recording, and classifying the transactions in the books of accounts. Whereas accounting is concerned with summarizing the recorded transactions and events and interpreting them and communicating them to the users of financial information. Now, bookkeeping is a primary stage. It is the basis of accounting. Accounting is done on the basis of bookkeeping, whereas accounting is a secondary stage. It begins where bookkeeping ends. The next basis is objective. Now, the objective of bookkeeping is to maintain the systematic records of the financial transactions, whereas the objective of accounting is to ascertain the net profit or loss, the net results of operations, and the financial position, and to communicate that information to all the interested users. The next basis is nature of job. In case of bookkeeping, this job is routine in nature, whereas in case of accounting, this job is analytical and it is dynamic in nature. The next basis is performance. Bookkeeping, being a routine work, is performed by the junior staff, whereas accounting, being a specialized function, is performed by senior staff. The next basis is special skills. Now, since bookkeeping is mechanical in nature, it is a routine work, therefore it does not require special skills. That is why it is performed by junior staff. Whereas accounting requires special skills and the ability to analyze and interpret. Since it is dynamic and analytical in nature, therefore it is performed by senior staff. So the special skills are required in case of accounting. Let's recapitulate. In this video, we have learnt about bookkeeping, accounting, accountancy, the relationship between three, and the difference between these three. Thank you so much. If you liked my content, please show some love and support by liking my video and subscribing to my channel, Inside Accountancy by Shakun. It will really motivate me to upload more content. Thank you.